Wike, assets or liability. Politics, they say, is a game of interest. No permanent friend, no permanent enemy, but permanent interest. But in every sphere of life, there is morality, and a man is best respected by his principles and the values he stands for. There's this school of thought that says if you don't stand for anything, you fall for anything. This is the crossroad where the former governor of Rivers State and incumbent minister of the FCT, Ezewan Wike, stands. Loud, brutish, and loquacious with a touch of arrogance, the APC as a political party was also the butt of his not so funny jokes while he held sway as governor of Rivers State. Wike rose from the ashes of the crisis that engulfed Rivers State in 2007 after the gubernatorial primaries of the PDP in the state, which the then primaries of the PDP, which the then President General Olusegun Obasanjo described as having a K-leg. The winner of that primaries, Rotimi Amechi, with a natural K-leg, was not the preferred candidate of the powers that be, and he was unceremoniously substituted with Sir Celestine Omehia to fly the flag of the party. What ensued after was a pre-election legal battle that went all the way to the Supreme Court after the general election, which Omehia won and was inaugurated as governor. The heat became unbearable for Amici and he escaped to Ghana on a self-imposed exile. It was Barrister Wike, a former council chairman of Obio Akpo local governments and close ally of Amici, that stayed behind to coordinate the legal team and supporters of Amici until the case was decided by the Apex Court. In appreciation of the job Wike did while he was away, Governor Amici appointed him as the chief of staff during his first term in office. The chief of staff in the current system will practice with a lot of power, and Amici, seeing how powerful and ambitious Wike was becoming, decided to cut him to size by not reappointing him when he won his second term in 2011. Amici, in one of his interviews, confessed that Wike was getting depressed, and when an opportunity came to nominate a minister from the state, a mutual friend of theirs pleaded with him to consider Wike in order to save him from a mental crisis. Okay, this was when Wike was nominated and appointed by President Goodluck Jonathan as Minister of State for Education in his government. While Governor Amici and President Jonathan fell apart, Wike took advantage of the crisis to build a parallel structure for Jonathan in Rivers State when Amici joined forces with four other PDP governors to create a faction within the PDP known as the New PDP, which later joined the APC. Wike, a cabinet minister, took charge of PDP in Rivers State, as the leader being the highest political officer holder from the state, with the entire party structure in his kitty, and as the right hand man of President Jonathan, who was contesting for the second term in office. The governorship ticket of the PDP was an easy pick for Wike, and despite the opposition from the then incumbents and his estranged friend Rotimi Amici, Wike ruled on the South-South sentiments and the popularity of President Jonathan in the region to clinch the governorship seat. This was Wike's journey to limelight. I have taken time to explain this so let you see that Wike is a crisp preneur and among active politicians in the country today. He has benefited from crisis the most. That is why he rejoices whenever he senses a crisis anywhere, as crisis to him is like the green grass to the green snake. His involvement with the APC during the last general election was as a result of the crisis that engulfed the PDP after their presidential primaries of 2022, in which he was an aspirant. His role in President Tinubu winning Rivers in 2023 can never be overemphasized. But while he presented himself as someone fighting for the interests of southern Nigeria, he lost what could have been a tremendous goodwill from such acts by accepting a ministerial appointment from the president and the party he had badmouthed for 80 years. It means it was all about his personal interests all along, which on its own is not bad if only he can swallow his pride and show some respect for others. Mr. Wike's brazen use of his vintage position as cabinet minister in an opposition government to interfere with the governance of his home state of Rivers without reservation is becoming a moral burden for the Tinubu administration. Crisis of mistrust and disloyalty is common between successive governors and their predecessors in Nigeria since the inception of this democratic dispensation, and on all occasions the sitting governor always have the sympathy of the people. At present, like Rivers, there is a cold war in other states between governors and their benefactors, particularly in Benin, where Senator George Akume, a former governor of the state and incumbent secretary to the government of the federation, and is anointed governor, a Catholic priest turned politician, Father Alia, are fighting for supremacy. Senator Akume has maintained a dignified silence and conducted himself in a manner befitting of a high-profile government appointee, while allowing his men to battle it out with the governor. In the case of Mr. Wike, he talks at every given opportunity in a demeaning language, directing his missiles not only to his state governor but also to any elder that dare to associate with the governor. Some of those words are not even good enough to be used on an opponent, not to talk of a member of the same political party. His supporters continue to abandon him on a daily basis, as it seems the communities are now turning against those fighting the governor. Hmm. Oh, wow. Rivers State is a very delicate state, one of the oil producing states in the country that has the privilege of serving as the operational base of most oil companies in the region. It used to be the hotbed of militant activities until the intervention of late President Musa Yaradua, who introduced an amnesty program to appease aggrieved youth fighting many years of neglect and insensitivity to the plight of their people. Hmm. And today, anything that threatens Rivers State threatens Nigeria. Yes. On the political side, Wike is lost between the devil and the deep blue sea after the 2023 general election, where the PDP failed woefully due to some decisions and miscalculations of our presidential candidate. Atiku Wike was supposed to be the rallying point of aggrieved stakeholders and frustrated supporters of the party. He was being looked upon alongside members of the G5. Yeah, we know all those people in G5. Well, the former governor of Otom, the governor Otom and the rest of them was a thorn in the flesh of the Buhari-led administration. But by choosing to serve as minister in the opposition government, he lost the trust of his fellow comrades, and the first to abandon him was the only remaining governor among them, Seyi Makinde, of course, because that one is still a governor, and the rest ones they lost um, everything. Yeah, they lost everything. Honestly speaking, regardless the number of state assembly members standing with the minister, it is a near impossibility to impeach the governor, as the state will go up in flames, seen as the first person to emerge as governor of the state from the riverine community since the return of democracy in 1999. Fubara has played the ethnic card very well to his advantage. He has also succeeded in arresting all the other former governors who were also at the receiving end of Wike's arrogance. It has now come with the public to the public that with all this noise from Rivers during this time as the governor, local government workers were denied statutory minimum wage and all of that. In an election, if an election were to be conducted in Rivers State today, can Wike still be able to deliver for Mr. President? The answer is a big no, and the situation will get worse with time. It is therefore high time Tinubu begin to see Wike as a political liability and social disaster for reaching out to other stakeholders and making new friends in Rivers State in order to safeguard its political future in the Niger Delta. So guys, that is it. So leave your comment down there below and let's have your take.